Hello, everybody. This is Chris Dwayne from ChrisDwayneSilverShieldCoins.com. Every week I release 2 new mini-mintages that are available for 1 week only and tend to go up in price on eBay. In fact, that's what I'm going to talk about today, is how Silver Shield is slowly becoming Unobtanium on eBay. You have to see that this little business model that I have is guaranteed to make these coins go up in value over time because we only mint what we sell, and they tend to go up in price on eBay. So I've been noticing a lot of eBay sales going through where these coins are not only doing triple digit silver, but they're becoming like more and more sold out. I'm either watching auctions go through with lots of bids and they go for a couple $100, or they get posted for what I think are really high prices, and people are starting to buy it up. I'll give you an example of a 5-ounce crown chakra that we just saw. One of the guys talked about how it was posted for $39.99, $3,999, and I was like, that's insane. I said they could ask anything they want, and then that particular coin got sold that same day. So that's the most extreme example I have right now of Silver Shield premiums being off the charts. It's almost $4,000 for a 5-ounce coin that I made, but there's only maybe 100 of them that were ever produced. It's part of a bigger series that we did, a 1-ounce and a 2-ounce. So whatever drove that person to buy that one coin, it obviously resonated with them more so than anything else. And if you watch a lot of these influencers out there, there's tons of money floating around. They end up buying expensive cars, Lamborghinis and Ferraris and stuff like that. But when you have a Silver Shield collection, that to me is what kings should be stacking. They shouldn't be buying another Lambo or, a Ferrari. They should be buying silver for their sons. I think that's the best way of transferring wealth from this paradigm into the next paradigm. And I think that's going to end up taking shape by Silver Shield selling out on eBay first. So we had a couple auctions go recently of these coins, and they're reaching 3 and 4 digit silver. I saw a 1-to-1 GSR man that we released I think this year that went for $1,200. So people ask, why are these Silver Shields going up in price? And it's because the rarity and the whole history of this 14-year series that I have been warning humanity about. The greatest transference of wealth that's ever going to be is going to be from all these $2.5 quadrillion of digital illusions of wealth into down all of Exeter's pyramid. And I'm going to show this little chart 1,000 times, all through all the intangible digital illusions of wealth into more tangible wealth, like cash and gold and eventually silver. And then Silver Shield is this teeny tiny market that if you're listening to me, you should be buying at least one Silver Shield in case I'm right, because I think this is going to be the single largest event in human history. And if that happens, silver is going to be worth more than all other assets combined. Silver will become unobtainium, not available for any price. And when you have industrialists like Elon Musk that needs it for his solar, EV, and rocket business, trillions of dollars worth of market cap, all held up by this strategic critical metal. JP Morgan cornering the market with almost 750 million ounces of physical silver. Or the CCP, who needs to have silver for all their industries out there. That's going to cause a triple default on the LBMA, the COMEX, and the Shanghai all at the same time, when all these paper traders who are trading close to 300-400 paper contracts for every single physical ounce out there are going to be clamoring for the real thing, and nothing else will do but physical silver when this ends. They could do force majeure and cash settlements, but that only solves one part of the problem. The real problem is the revaluation of physical silver, where it gets higher than gold. And I think when that happens, Silver Shield is this teeny tiny microcosm. Somebody called it the canary in the coal mine yesterday, saying that when Silver Shield sells out on eBay, that's it. That's going to be the beginning of the end of all silver being sold out on Earth. I think that's what we're going to end up seeing. I think these little videos that I'm putting out on YouTube, we're going to catch fire and get people motivated to back into Silver Shield as the best way of transferring wealth from one paradigm to the other. I think about how many people stack silver eagles or maple leafs. These are governments that are destroying our currency and taxing us into oblivion. I don't know why stackers continue to stack government-made silver when they're part of the problem, especially when there's the Silver Shield available for much more competitive prices out there. So I think when this all goes down, Silver Shield's going to be the most desired form of silver out there above all the other government and boring bullion that is out there. That those precious coins are going to be treasured as the ones that they will not get rid of. Like Silver Shield will be the very last silver that you hold on to. I have many people saying they would hold on to it for their children and grandchildren and never sell it despite whatever the price that they see on eBay. So I'm hoping at one point I can convince the Silver Shield group to stop selling coins on eBay when this starts taking off, because you're selling too soon. You're selling before the ascension of this idea, before the hyperinflation of a global generational debt-based fiat Ponzi scheme, and withdraw the supply off of eBay, and that should drive up the prices even higher. When more and more people find out about this series, they're going to want to clamor to get that. So my hope is to eventually sell out of all the weak hands that are, holding on to Silver Shield for fiat profit gains. And I know some Silver Shield guys are selling them because if they just take that example of the 5 ounce, that sold for $4,000. Now that guy can go buy, I don't know how many more ounces, 20, 30 ounces of silver from that one coin. He's made a huge profit on them. So I get that, but I still think that you guys are still selling way too soon. I haven't been on Bloomberg. I haven't been on CNBC. I haven't been on Joe Rogan. I haven't been on InfoWars. I haven't been on all these places that would have millions upon millions of people suddenly buying Silver Shield off of eBay, because it's the very pinnacle of all the other assets out there. And the best way of investing in it is to stack on a weekly basis with me over at ChrisDeWayneSilverShieldCoins.com, because I only mint what we make out there, what we sell, and then they go up in value over time. So, get involved at ChrisDeWayneSilverShieldCoins.com. On there, you can see that I have a gallery of all the 600 or probably 700 designs that I've done over the past 14 years. And they all tell a story, a singularity of truth told in eternal silver, using universal art to transmit wealth from one paradigm to the other. There's nothing else out there like it. None of the government mints are like this. None of the other boring bullion out there. Only Silver Shield is going to be the one that tells the truth at the highest level to the kings and billionaires that are going to clamor to have one Silver Shield as a carry piece to prove that you were involved in Silver Shield before the market sold out and then there wasn't any available for any price. So I think that's what's going to end up happening, that we're going to first sell out of Silver Shield on eBay. That's going to freak out the silver stackers that are going to end up buying up all the silver online. And maybe have the silver sellers stop selling their silver for a time, at the time when there's a massive rush, a massive flood of people that are suddenly aware of what silver means to their future. And it really is the only way of defeating the debt and death paradigm. I've been at this for 14 years, and I put everything I have into this Silver Shield idea, and I think that it's going to end up paying off in the most biggest way ever, and it's going to make me one of the most popular men when I free all humanity from systemic satanic slavery of debt usury with hyperinflated silver. Silver Shield is going to be the most premier asset that's going to be held by the most powerful people in the next paradigm. Silver coin stacking is the hobby of kings, and I think that this is going to be the best way of transferring wealth from one king to another. Thank you.